Mr Temporary Speaker. In 2014, a New South Wales ambulance was called to attend a Spotlight store at Rutherford as 3 employees had been overcome with fumes from the so-called Rutherford stink. At that time, I was the pre-selected candidate for the seat of Maitland. The Rutherford stink has been reported for some 20 years, and members of my community have reported to me and former members for Maitland extremely negative health impacts and concerns over the foul smell. Things like sore throats, bloody noses, itchy eyes, being unable to sleep with the windows open, describing a smell so vile and so thick that it seemed to settle in their very bedrooms. Indeed, the former member for Maitland and Minister for the Environment in this government, before she was sacked by the Premier in 2014, promised during the 2011 election campaign to eradicate the stink. Indeed, at that campaign, the government promised to spend some $400,000 to address the issue. However, I'm told that when they did get into office after the election, they actually went around cap in hand to a number of businesses requesting them to contribute their own money to fund the government's promise. I understand they later backed down from this disgraceful proposition and did fund the study themselves. I have had representations from many members of the community, ex-employees, workers and those who have requested assistance and reported the issue to the EPA. Those who are part of the Rutherford Air Quality Liaison Committee and the Community Reference Group on this matter have told me that they also requested health studies to be undertaken due to the community complaints and fears around their health experiences, but the government failed to proceed with this recommendation. When I was elected to this place, the complaints continued. I raised the issue with the EPA, whose initial response was, "We all need to live with bad smells." I then undertook to conduct a survey of residents, sending out letters to some 8,000 homes where I had received complaints about the stench. I'd also received requests from Concerns residents to survey individuals on any health-related issues that they believed were linked to the smell. Of the 8,000 surveys that were sent out, more than 100 were returned to me. And I do give, and I have given praise to the Minister for the Environment, his staff and the EPA, and also Hunter Water, who have taken my comments on this matter seriously and have continued to work with me on this issue. On an unrelated matter, indeed, there was an investigation by Hunter Water earlier this year into the alleged disposal of PFOS and PFOA at the facilities of Trugrain, now also known as Australian Waste Oil Refineries. When I was advised of this by Hunter Water, I spoke to the EPA and asked what action they were taking to address the issue. They informed me that they were at a stage in investigations where compliance and enforcement actions would be taken shortly. I make it very clear to this place that I never publicly named and shamed any organisation or company to blame them for the Rutherford stink. I understand, as a former small business operator myself, the damage that can come from unsubstantiated public shaming. I had worked with the government proactively and cooperatively to improve the health, social amenity and comfort of workers, residents and businesses in my community, and at the request of workers, residents and businesses in my community. My investigations and advocacy were on behalf of my community. Earlier this year, after the traditional winter increase in the reports of the stink did not appear to arrive, I was advised by a number of community members and business people that they had not detected the Rutherford stink for some time. I asked the EPA to provide me with factual information on the stink complaints they had received over the last 12 months, and this showed a very significant decrease. Our community has been concerned about this issue for some 20 years, and our area has experienced firsthand the arrogant treatment of this government. After cutting the rail line and the announcement of our long-promised hospital will be advised, our community deserves a win. I am pleased to share this good news with the House and give credit where credit's due. This month I wrote to those residents who I had written to last year to advise them that the number of complaints regarding the odour had reduced dramatically, and I paid due credit to the EPA and Hunter Water. But most importantly, I thank the residents for their persistence and resilience on this matter. When I became aware of the closure of the Trugrain plant and the impact on employees, I approached the AWU to speak to them about what was happening for affected employees. As a Labor Member of Parliament, I am always concerned about the payment of wages, superannuation and other liabilities owed to workers impacted by company closures. There is no excuse for not paying employee entitlements. New South Wales will be watching to ensure that every step is taken by the government to make this company meet its liabilities to employees. and I offer my support to all workers in their claims to receive those entitlements. Thank you.